In this video, I'm gonna share with you my top tips and hacks for buying used camera gear. Often used gear will provide same performance as new items. Also, you can save a lot of money. However, there's a list of things that you have to know before buying used gear. I would say I'm an experienced buyer of used equipment thanks to my credit cards, but also I have sold plenty of used gear in my life. I just simply like to test things instead of sticking to one piece of equipment. Anyways, I will definitely help you to pick up the right used video equipment today. So stick to this episode as you should know what to look at, how to strike a deal, and what to avoid. All in this video, so let's dive in. Welcome everyone. If you are first time on this channel, my name is Peter Kulik and I'm here with Hustle Videos, where we discuss video producing content to improve your personal brand and business value. I'm here with a new video every Tuesday, so don't forget to subscribe. Guys, I have to confess something today. It's Tuesday and I'm recording this video. Therefore, there will be a slight delay on my channel, what I truly apologize for. Not the easiest week on my side, but hey, I'm still here. Anyways, back to the video. Some people might say buying used gear is risky. That's true if you don't know how to buy it. Also, some people would only prefer a new gear for their own peace of mind. I do respect that, and if you are one of those people, probably this video is not for you. Unless you want to buy and sell something with a profit. Who knows, this might be the right video for you. Anyway, this episode is packed with handy tips, so buckle your seatbelts, and first we are jumping into a used camera part. As with any sale, don't be afraid of asking questions. Before you decide to spend your hard-earned money, ask about the overall condition of the camera. Some people might be okay with few scratches, other people not really. Then ask how long the current owner had it, from new or also bought it second-hand. Such simple questions will show you how actually old is that gear. Some models of cameras were produced over several years, so you don't want to get this first camera from the production line. Also ask about the environment where the camera was used and was the gear ever rented. It might sound like a common sense, but many people don't do their research before buying video gear. Do yourself a favor and check out common faults of the gear which you are actually planning to buy, and also the repair cost. Ask the seller or just call the company which made this camera about its service history. Obviously you need to know the serial number, but any honest seller wouldn't hide those details from you. At least you will have some backup negotiation arguments to drop the price. To avoid complicating the transaction, also make sure there is no middleman and the seller is not trying to sell the unit on behalf of someone else. If you are not buying through a safe place such as eBay, note this video is not sponsored. Double check ID. And lastly, ask about the preferable payment methods. Personally, I believe that cash transactions are less safe as you have no legal protection in case you will try to return the product. If you discover later there is actually something wrong with the camera which you have just bought. The following would likely apply to any other equipment, but when you have finally a camera in your hand, check the body for any scratches and dents. Obviously you shouldn't expect a brand new product, but a well looked after gear would serve you longer. Also, when you decide to swap your used gear in the future, it will be easier to sell it. In general, you shouldn't buy an abused camera. Check all rubbers, especially when you have weatherproof stuff. Check the condition of the screen as well as the shutter count. This will indicate how many photos the camera has taken, is a kind of mileage of it, and different cameras have different thresholds. As such, do some basic research before buying any equipment. Again, you don't want to buy a camera at the edge of its life. However, mirrorless cameras not always show you the real life amount of shutter count due to electronic shutter count used, so pay slightly more attention to this type of cameras. Also, many people use those cameras for shooting videos, hence unfortunately it is pretty hard to establish a real use of these cameras. Therefore, first and foremost, focus on physical condition of the mirrorless camera. Then, check the viewfinder and how clean it is. You don't want to see any dust or haze, as usually you cannot clean this part of the camera. And lastly, probably most important part of your new camera, check the sensor's condition. It has to be spot on. No dust, scratches or fungus. Literally use a magnifier glass to check the condition of the sensor. Otherwise you will end up with bad photos or videos or even expensive sensor replacement cost. With lenses, same as with cameras, check the physical condition first. You also want to avoid affected glass elements, no scratches, dust or fungus inside. Bear in mind that you might allow some minor scratches on the front element of sharp lenses, but the rear glass bit must be spotless. Don't be afraid of negotiating the price if you are not happy with the condition of the lens. Also, have a look through the lens to ensure that there is no dust on center elements. When the first checks are done, move to checking zoom and focus elements. Everything should move nice and smooth without any clicks or other noisy bits. Any noise of the lens literally indicate that was dropped in the past. When you have a chance to attach the lens to your camera, check how the focus works. Also, if there is a built-in image stabilization, check this feature while playing with the camera. So now you know what to look at when buying a camera or lens. But what about other pricey video stuff if you want to get that from the second-hand market? I'm talking about gimbals and drones. But before we continue, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video so far. With gimbals, obviously check the physical condition first. Although most gimbals are well built, you don't want to get any equipment that was flying from one corner to another. Literally minimal scratches around the unit. Also check out all rubbers and ports. Make sure the screws around the gimbal are solid and it is easy to balance the gimbal. Also, there should be no shake on the motors and you cannot experience any difficulties when connecting the gimbal to a dedicated app or your camera. Lastly, ask standard questions: where it was used, how old the gimbal is, as well as do your research before committing to buy, as some companies do better gear and some pretty sketchy equipment. With drones, well, physical condition is the king. Although I have thrown buying drones into this video, you should treat this kind of buying in advanced tech category. There are so many moving parts in drones, therefore it is more like buying a used car. As such, the drone should not have any scratches or sign of mechanical abuse. 99% it will indicate it crashed in the past. After that, check the battery life, and this can be easily checked with many drones as those details are recorded. Any flight time is recorded and is pretty easy accessible, especially with DJI drones. Not sponsored video. Same as the shutter count on cameras, drones have their lifespan. Drones with plenty of flight time hours should be avoided. What's good about the second-hand drones market, often you can find a nice bundle deal where all accessories including bags, spare batteries and filters are included. This can save you a lot of money. Also, when buying a drone, to save your hassle, buy something locally. You should be able to physically inspect the drone and do a test flight. However, from my experience, places such as eBay have 30 days buying guarantee and hassle-free returns. It is not a sponsored video, but those places really protect their customers. Anyways, local buy is still a good option as you will get a new gear quicker and you will save some money on delivery. Finally, make a note that original packing boxes increase the price of any used unit. It is quite a handy tip, especially when you are planning to sell your second-hand equipment in the future. Also, ask the seller about other accessories that they might sell, as you might strike a nice bundle deal when, let's say, buying a camera. Finally, always ask about the age of the gear. Who knows, you might be buying something which is less than 12 months old and is still under manufacturer warranty. That's it for me today, and I hope you found this video useful. Like it, share it if you want to, and for now, eat, hustle, videos, repeat.